This is Honda's CBR250R. It's a fuel-injected 250cc single-cylinder sport bike. The Honda joins a portion of the market that's been dominated by Kawasaki's Ninja 250R for the last 20 years, but Honda's done a pretty good job of grabbing up some market share. This bike's low seat height, low price of just $4,000, and light weight of 355 pounds makes it an excellent beginner's bike, but it's also got enough performance to keep anyone entertained. I've been riding this bike for the last 2 months, and while it's pretty good in stock trim, we're about to make it a whole lot better. I've got a stack of parts over there on the bench, and we're going to install them all in the Honda and then take it racing against the class king, the Ninja 250R. Kawasaki riders have had about 2 decades to get their bikes dialed in. We've only got 2 weeks before the first race of the season on this bike, so I better get to work. Prepping a bike for racing is a lot of work. Thankfully, I like wrenching almost as much as I like riding. The stock bodywork, headlight, turn signals, and other street stuff was swapped for race skins from Hot Buddies Racing. And I rattle canned that using paint from Colorite. The heavy stock exhaust pipe was swapped for a much lighter LeoVince pipe. Street tires changed out for stickier track rubber. The original high-rise clip-ons replaced with lowered woodcraft versions for a more aggressive riding position, and stock foot pegs for rear set billet pieces. If the oil filter or coolant hose comes loose during a race, it can be catastrophic, so all race organizations make you safety wire critical fasteners. It's a tedious job, but it's one that helps reduce the risk of what is undeniably a risky sport. As delivered, our CBR put down a measly 22 horsepower. With the LeoVince exhaust, K&N air filter, and Bazzaz fuel module, we boosted that number up to 26 bhp. That's still down 6 horsepower compared to a tuned Ninja 250's 32 horsepower, but it'll have to do for now. In race trim, our CBR weighs just 310 pounds. That's a whopping 45 pounds less than a similarly prepared Kawasaki. The bike's just about dialed. All we have to do is slap race numbers on it, load it in the truck, and head to the track. It's the AFM season opener here at Thunder Hill Raceway in Northern California, and we've entered the Honda in Production 250, a class dominated by Kawasaki's Ninja. I've checked the pre-entries, and I know for a fact that this is the only Honda on the grid. After this weekend, we'll know for sure whether this bike is competitive. The 250 class is a great place to race. The competition's pretty fierce, the speeds aren't too insane, and you're pretty much guaranteed mutual respect because everyone out there is just trying to have fun and not cutting throats to get a trophy. And the other cool thing is you can race the whole weekend on one set of tires and just a couple gallons of gas. It was pretty cool gridding up with all those Kawasaki's, me being the only guy in a Honda. And the Honda single-cylinder engine makes it really easy to launch, so I was getting pretty solid starts. I actually managed to lead the first lap of the 250 challenge race, but that lead didn't last very long. The Honda's light, so you can brake harder, turn faster, and carry more corner speed, but it's definitely down on power. I used the bike's assets to pass people and make up ground in the infield, but when it came to the straights, it was just, I was sitting prey for these bikes. I mean, the Kawasaki would just come motoring by me. Without a draft, I'd top out at 88, 89 miles an hour on the front straight, but if I could manage to get in the slipstream of one of the Ninjas that was coming by me, I'd push 100 to 102, 103 miles an hour going into turn 1. That's a huge speed difference. But besides the power deficit, the Honda is every bit as good as the Kawasaki. It's lighter, so you can brake harder, carry more corner speed. And while it was really frustrating to see these guys come flying by me on the straights, it was really satisfying to outbrake them and get into the turns before them. At a tighter track, there's no doubt the Honda would dominate. This was its first outing. You know, we had some teething problems, we didn't have much time for development, and I definitely have high hopes for what this bike can do in the future. We're already working on fixing the suspension to make it handle better, and we're trying to squeeze a little more horsepower out of the engine. So I definitely think this thing can be competitive. We wanted to know if Honda's CBR250 would be a threat to Kawasaki's Ninja, and I think it's safe to say that it is. That's not it for the CBR250 project, but that's it for this episode on Two Wheels. Check back next time to see what we've got going on.